Welcome back. I'm here to bring you some Highway Blossoms. I have no idea really what this is. I think it's a dating game. I believe that's what it said when I bought it. So let's have some fun. Music seems really nice, and so does the art. Ugh, it seems so peaceful. I'm excited. Hopefully my voice isn't ruining this peaceful illusion for you. Hopefully it's just making it better. I don't know how that would be. All I know is I wanted to do a let's play of a dating game, preferably with lesbians. Because as a fellow lesbian, I wanted to find some mushy, pure lesbian stories. Because there's not enough of those in the world. Clearly. There's never too much pure lesbian stories. Maybe I should do a voice. Okay. I don't know. I have no idea, like, who any of these characters are. Alright. Kind of nervous. I'm used to just rambling, not reading things. Hopefully it isn't weird. You're gonna probably hear some voices in the background because I live in an apartment. And I just got a new microphone and it picks up things like my keyboard and my mouse, and I don't know, I just plugged it in. Alright. I've listened to it so many times, I've even memorized the placement of the static from the song's original broadcasts. I'm worried. The deck might eventually eat the tape, but it never happened to him, no matter how many times he played the damn song. The damn song, the damn thing. So I'm not too scared. It used to drive me crazy. It used to drive me crazy. Every day he played it over and over again. Sure, he would throw on something different after a few loops, but soon enough he'd switch back in the cycle, and the cycle will repeat itself. Sometimes I think he would do it just to mess with me. I would be in bed, smothering a pillow over my head to block out the music. He would just start it up louder, even during all-nighters. That was so like him. Sounds like my brother. I was not in the text, that was me. Even near the end, when we had to finally settle down, he was still pulling that kind of crap. He'd come home from school sometimes, and the police would be at the door because the entire block had called in a noise complaint. He said it was because he was hard of hearing, but I know he did it just to get a rise out of the old grouches who lived nearby. That's pretty good. It's after I just explained that this microphone picks up my keyboard, I'm like basically bashing the space bar. Good job. I think that was his worst fear, ending up just another bitter sack of bones, so he did everything in his power to be the exact opposite right up until the end. Of course, that meant I would always deal with the fallout. I can't imagine what the neighbors thought. Seeing the little girl go door to door apologizing because some old man decided it would be funny to put plastic flamingos all over their award-winning lawns. Love it. I can't help but smile even a little, even if it does hurt. I take a sip of my coffee. I have coffee right here, so I'm gonna take a sip. It's in a mug that says Dad Squad. Because I make a lot of dad puns. Outside, a heat haze simmers over the never-ending oceans of sand. So much desert. Even Roswell's just rock, sand, and a few shacks. All alien-themed, of course. Didn't see any UFOs, though. Not used to how dry everything is. Even the AC on high enough to rip off my eyebrows. I'm still all sweaty. Guess that's what happens when you laze around in snowy Colorado for a decade. In that regard, the desert is a nice change of scenery. I don't exactly hate it. New sights are nice, especially since his health didn't allow him to do a lot of traveling when I was a little girl. I could see myself getting used to this. Well, maybe in another 15 years when I have everything paid off. Same. Damn it, Amber, snap out of it. You can worry about that later. This isn't your trip, so stop being so selfish. I push the eject button. I take the tape out and look at it. And look it over, probably for the 20th time today. Years worth of brown stains and greasy fingertips are smudged all over, making it grabby to the touch. It still works like a charm, though. Ew, you're nasty. There are more cassettes in the glove compartment, a mixture of mine and his, mostly his. I feel like I just skipped something. Nope. Okay, I didn't. Good. I should just play one of those and get it over with. My hand gravitates towards the latch. It would be okay, right? No. I snatch my hand away from the latch and flip the tape over. Once again, I find myself staring. With a sigh, I stick it back into the deck. I reach towards the play button, take another look to see if the road is still clear. Like always, it... Meh? Oh god. What did you just almost run someone over? You silly lady. Damn it. I was actually kind of amusing. Ooh, girl, those brakes don't sound too good. I slam on the brakes, their shriek piercing my skull. A glance at my rearview mirror shows a girl cringing next to an ancient-looking car, covering her ears as I screech down the road. Making a U-turn of dubious legality, I pull up in front of her, killing the motorhome's engine. Good job. I hop out and shield my ass from the blazing New Mexico sun. Only now do I realize how precious the AC really is. Oh, girl. Y'all are both so cute. Okay. It doesn't take more than several steps before the girl comes bouncing up to me with a look of relief.
Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was starting to think no one would ever stop.
So you were just chilling out here. Goddamn. Hopefully you haven't been standing out here long. With each word, she gets a little closer until we're finally within touching distance of each other, her smiling face now filling my entire field of vision. Her bright auburn hair is done to a girlish side tail. Okay. Listening beneath the specks of sweat standing out in the heat has made her round, pale cheeks a sun-kissed red. They don't look red. But she still looks put together, like the desert would sooner melt her than do any real damage to her looks. Yeah, I would be disgusted. I almost feel embarrassed to be in front of someone who dresses so cutely, her frilly green top and skirt putting my red t-shirt and khakis to shame. It's all brought together by one thing though, her eyes. They're blue, vividly blue, deep and rich, complementing the traces of her misty perfume as she gets closer and closer. How do you spell? How do you smell her perfume? Made any damn sense. Too close, too close, too close. I scramble back and cough, trying to hide any awkwardness.
No problem.
Oh, she has a voice. Of course, they both have voices. Alright, I'm just monologuing, okay? So, her inner monologue is gonna have like a heavy Boston accent because I'm kind of, I've been told from my coworkers that I have that kind of little Boston accent. I don't know how or why. Did not live in New England, in Massachusetts, or did, just not in Boston, in a far smaller town. What's she doing out here alone? Driving though? Hell, is she even alone? I peer off into the plains of the side of the road, half expecting a guy to pop up from his hiding place now that some idiot has fallen for their trap. The idiot being me, of course. But much to my surprise, no one does. Instead, the girl continues to stare at me smiling as she patiently waits for my response. I glance behind her, focusing on her car.
So what's the issue? Your car breakdown?
I think so, yeah. I was driving and I just kind of...
Stop.
Yeah.
She lowers her head in shame, eyes fixated on her feet, kicking the dust around her.
I'm not much of a car buff, but I can take
Same.
a look at it.
Honestly, same. Her head pops back up, and life returns to her eyes.
Oh, wow! Could you?
Yeah. Can't promise that I can do anything, but I can at least check it out.
That'd be great.
Alright, first things first then.
This thing looks even older than my motorhome. It was probably a nice car once upon a time, but with a dented grille, multiple scratches, and a fading murky green color, it's hard to believe such a cute girl was driving it. I slide into the fabric seat and start the ignition. I don't know too much about how this stuff works, just enough to keep the motorhome from giving out. But I can't imagine it's too significant of an issue. Probably just a dead battery, or... The animation just fucking... Oh, okay. I just loved how she just like shakily lifted her entire body up. No gas. A single car passes by, cooling us with a refreshing gust of wind sprinkled with dirt and sand.
Is something wrong?
Is this a joke?
Oh no. Did I break it?
Girl, how did you even get a license? Oh my god, this is kind of unrealistic, honestly. Someone who is driving a vehicle but doesn't realize that it ran out of gas. It doesn't make any damn sense.
No. It's just out of gas.
Next thing you know, she's gonna say, "What's gas? I don't know what that is."
What? No way! Dad said I should have filled up before I left.
Do you not know how to read a gas meter? Like, I'm confused. Is she for real? Why is this girl in the middle of nowhere by herself? Yeah, she definitely is not responsible for her own well-being. As if trying to force all the ideas into the center of her brain, the girl grabs her head and whines under her breath.
Ah, man, and I didn't charge my phone either. What am I gonna do?
You're honestly useless. I'd offer her mine, but I never had a cell phone in my life. Wow. Seems like you'd have to be pretty absent-minded to forget that, though. She whines once more and turns to me.
Hey, this might seem a little weird,
Oh no.
but could you take me somewhere nearby so I can get some gas?
And what do you know? She actually did it.
How long did you say you've been stuck out here?
I don't know. A few hours, maybe?
God damn. I would have been a roasted human out in the fucking desert in New Mexico. Or just been out of this world completely. actual spirit.
I've been trying to wave down everyone who drives by, but you were the first to stop.
Hold on. Everyone?
Yep.
This heat must have fried her brain. Does she have any idea how dangerous that is?
That's probably not a good idea, you know.
She cocks her head to the side and gives me a look of genuine curiosity, like it wasn't obvious or something. You know, I'm not surprised. This girl did not know she was out of gas. Not surprised.
Huh? Why?
Of course.
Well, you know. A cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert? It's just asking for trouble.
But you're a cute young girl alone in the middle of a desert.
But she knows how to read her gas meter. She is not stuck in the middle of the desert. Her car works. Yours doesn't.
What?
Ooh, a compliment. Her comeback takes me off guard and I turn away a little, avoiding eye contact.
Yeah, but that's different.
A smile returns to her face, that same bright one that she showed me when I first pulled over. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she leans over to the direction I'm looking and continues to smile.
So, do you think you can give me a ride?
I don't know.
Please! It shouldn't take very long.
This girl isn't like she didn't even listen to what I said. Still, better me than some psycho. Besides, it's not like a small detour will make me late or anything.
I guess it's fine. I'm not in too big of a rush anyway.
Literally bouncing. She's a fucking rabbit, man. She's leaped. Before I'm even finished, she's springing off the ground, bouncing to the motorhome.
Hey, wait!
But it's already far too late, as she somehow made her way into the motorhome before its owner even finding the time to give me a small wave from the passenger seat. I heave a heavy sigh, rubbing my temples. I climb back into the driver's seat. The key is still dangling in the ignition. I wrench it around and the motorhome roars to life, forcing a surprised squeak out of the girl.
By the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Amber, don't mention it.
Careful not to hit her car, I back the RV up and turn it around, sending us in my original direction. I reach for the play button on the cassette player, finally giving in to the temptation, but Marina starts up again.
Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't there a station a little ways back?
It was more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, or you're just really oblivious. Actually true.
Not really.
Silence falls between us, the roaring of the engine and swishing of the wind from outside being the only sounds. I take that as my cue and reach for the cassette player once more. Finally give...
How do you even drive this thing? It's huge!
Same way you drive anything else. Marina spreads her arms out like an eagle, unfurling its wings, almost bopping me in the head in the process. I clear my throat. And grab her arm out of the air, gently placing it on her lap.
It's not that bad. You get used to it.
She tilts her head to the side and gives a light grunt as if saying that's so, and we return to the silence of before. Again, a reach for the cassette plate.
So what are you doing out here? Are you going camping? Seems like what you're doing is fun.
I take a deep breath and hold it in as long as possible before letting it out.
What about you? Why are you out here?
Oh, well, it's kinda silly.
Oh, She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet. She quiets down, and surprisingly, stays quiet. Well, looks like that worked. I reach for the cassette player one last time. I stop for a moment to look at the glove compartment, and then Marina, who looks lost in thought. Finally, I press play. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station, Marina trailing closely behind. The drive was quiet after I turned the music on. Turning the tables on her and asking what she was doing out there seemed to throw her off. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It's just been ages since I've had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted condolences. Though, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. Same girl, same. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini-mart places made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has a unnatural sanitary shine accompanied by the scent of citrus cleaning product.
Hey, they have cola flavor here.
I turn and find Marina clutching the slushy machine, her eyes widening like a cat's when tempted with yarn.
Don't most gas stations have it?
She shakes her head, but doesn't take her eyes off of the machine.
All the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. When we got sick of them, we just had to mix them together.
You sound like that was like the most tragic thing that ever happened in your life. Is mixing cherry and raspberry flavor together. This girl.
But
Marina finally turns to me, wearing a face of pure, concentrated sadness.
I left my wallet in the car.
Bitch. Oh my god. You cannot be responsible for yourself. You honestly. I'm so sorry. You poor soul. You're so useless. I'm so sorry. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen. Just looking at her, I can feel my heart break. Wait a second.
How were you expecting to pay for the gas?
I don't know. I just remembered.
How did she last 5 minutes out in the desert is also my question as well.
Fine, I guess I'll pay for it.
Really?
Yeah. And grab yourself one of those slushies too.
Oh, already paying for her, girl. Okay.
But make it a small one.
Her pure, concentrated sadness melts into pure, concentrated happiness.
You're the best, Amber.
But she knows it. She grabs a cup and holds down the button until the slushy overflows and drips down the side. I was going to pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping the drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas cans, and with Marina happily sipping her drink, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Lines of flimsy plastic bags line the corner, filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. Whoa, girl. Like a discount Winfrey Rock Bell over here. Looking like you're gonna fix some machines and your bikini top, maybe this little bandana thing on your head. I'm digging it, honestly. Digging it. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet. Her bandana wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder. I don't know why that was so difficult to read.
Mechanic. What good are you if you're not?
Oh, her voice. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Bandana girl. Bae. I want to marry you. She swipes out a card and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him.
The hell would I know? Have the score check underneath if you're so curious.
On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. I can't make out anything they're saying, but the tone sounds worlds more tolerable than the girls.
If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash. It's not like anyone's gonna care. Better not take as long as last time, though. I'll be waiting for you slackers outside.
The girl slips her phone back into the crevice of her dangerously unzipped swimsuit. How is it's a bikini top? How is it unzipped? There's no zippers on it. Alright, what little clothing she has on underneath looks like it's going to burst from the slightest movement. Ayy, not my type, especially with that personality. But it's hard for me to do anything other than stare. Honestly, is it sad that, like, maybe it's just the voice that got me. I was like, girl, hey. I love that my character is, like, not my type. So it's like, we know. We know. We already established our romantic relationships here in our lives. The attendant reaches out to help with the bags, but the girl snaps them away before he can. Ooh, girl, calm down. She shoots him with a heated glare that burns straight through the man and into the wall behind him. Ooh, ouch, laser eyes, okay. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes. Wow, damn, okay. Alright, okay, maybe it's a bit much. I don't know if I could go with that. Then marches out the door, the bags weighing her down as they nearly scrape the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type. Kind of agree. This man looks so nice. How can you be mean to him? He's so soft and pure. When he said good luck, girl, maybe she's just having a bad day. Maria and I set the can and nearly empty slushy on the counter.
Yeah, sorry for more boring than that other girl.
The attendant hacks out a dry cackle and scans the gas can. He flicks his oily ponytail behind his shoulder and then rings up Marina's drink.
Been a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here too.
Marina eases in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and the rack. And a rack? I don't know. Her hands creeping over to the slushie.
For what? I'm just heading out to California.
Yeah. Just saw the word California and Katy Perry instantly came into my head. Not even my type of music, but you know. If I don't end up driving myself insane first.
You don't know?
What don't I know? Tell me your secrets. The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner in his hand. Blinding red light beams from it onto my chest. Ooh. It's, okay.
About what?
Why, the treasure.
What is this? Are we gonna go on a pirate excursion for treasure now? Marina hands stop, just shy of grabbing the cup.
Treasure?
The clerk's chubby face morphs into a grin.
Telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal?
What is this?
I have.
Oh, of course she would have. A frown, embarrassed. Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. I guess she was always just this forward.
Oh, well, I heard about it on the news.
Why would the news, like, report on some sort of treasure. It's just not. Nah. It wouldn't happen.
That's kind of why I drove down
Oh
here.
my god, you fool. And you didn't even fill up your gas tank. Girl, your parents... You should have took your car away. You should not have your license. You're gonna get yourself killed.
You drove out into the middle of the desert for treasure.
Sounds about right.
Sorry, but you've lost me.
Not just
And also your mind.
Missy. The miner's treasure.
He says it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. He stares back. Marina sips the last dregs, weird word to use, alright, of her slushie.
I honestly don't know.
Nah.
Not a clue. Are you gonna change that?
A little feisty, ain't you?
Hey. You know,
Not really.
I just
has-
finger gunned. Just so you know. Yep.
Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Turns out that they belonged to their great uncle. Or maybe it was their great grandfather.
Doesn't matter.
Some dead old man.
I cut him off with a cough, a polite hint for him to either get on with it or quit his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Rita continues to stay focused with rapt attention. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slipping sound again.
Sorry. I'll try keeping it short.
Please.
Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush.
If he struck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it?
He doesn't trust the
Pretty
family.
well off, right?
Oh, I can answer that. He went back home to Missouri without any gold and told all his friends he hid it.
By now the slushie is all gone. Rita tries for one last sip, but that's sucked through the straw's air. She peers down into the cup and blows out a small sigh.
No one believed him, though.
I raise an eyebrow. If even this girl knows about it, then I must be more of a loop than I thought.
Well now, looks like Sister here has been doing her research.
Yep. Yep, but also doing research but not preparing for the journey. Girl. The attendant leans into the counter and smirks.
Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could.
Ayy. That sucks. It's weird because, look, I think for like kicking it, you know? Because he's kicking it in the afterlife, but whatever. He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Oh my god, Marina giggles, but I just keep staring. Same.
Folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace the steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week.
Okay. He points to a rack of identical books sitting by the door. A sign hanging above it reads, Treasure of the Desert, a miner's journey. Take part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads.
And people are really buying into this.
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years. And never have I seen this many people passing through.
Oh, hey, at least it's keeping your business up.
The banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Sure, okay. This is a hoax, if I've ever seen one.
And where is this supposed treasure?
No one knows.
Ooh, so mysterious.
It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here.
Yep, that's right.
You don't really believe that treasure exists, do you?
I mean, if she drove out here, clearly she does. Or else, what's the point?
Sure I do.
She pauses to think.
At least, I want to. Wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure?
Too much effort for me, girl. I would just be sitting at home playing video games. Not going out for some mysterious treasure that probably no one would ever find.
Sure, it would be cool, but there's a good chance there isn't. And even if there were, do you know where to start looking?
No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal.
Another evidence of her being very underprepared. She lowers her head, like she knows there's a good chance what I'm saying is true.
But I have to try.
Nah, you don't. You really don't have to try. Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for her scolding, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. Agreed. Completely. To her credit, she did a little research, but that's canceled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. The people who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Aw, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who could resist a good treasure hunt?
Me, sir. I can resist a good treasure hunt, because I'm lazy. He looks to Marina and gives a big gummy grin. Hey, this doesn't look gummy at all. It looks like you got a full set of teeth. I don't know what you're talking about. Courtesy of his missing tooth. Teeth? He only has one missing tooth. What do you... Maybe two. Maybe two. Girl.
Ain't that right, sister?
Eek. I don't know why I'm snapping. Marina springs back with a smile of her own.
That's right.
Rolling my eyes, I reach into my pocket and pass some crumbled bills to the clerk.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Why is the main character me? Like, I feel like she also, even if she heard the story, she'd be like, that's too much work, and just not go. She'd be like, nah, I'm good. He shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register, though now I'm just paying for the tank and an empty cup. I pocket the change. I give a casual wave from the exit, then that should be good enough, thank you. Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arm like a fan as she says goodbye.
That hand sister?
Why do you keep calling her sister? Is she a nun? It doesn't make any sense. It's like... It's like he's doing some sort of like... I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah?
Go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Oh, you're so kind.
Really?
Your voice is just... is off the Richter scale. It's so high pitched. I don't... It's going to the depths of my soul. It lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again.
Oh, wow. Thanks, mister.
How old are you? You seem like you're like 12. But in one motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames.
Hey, Amber, look. He gave me one for free.
She was right next to you. She's heard everything. Marina, I don't know if you can, or no, Amber, I don't know if you can date this girl. Just, her emotional maturity, I don't know, she just like came back to you and talked to you like you're her mom. I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah, I see it.
And heard it. I tune out her chattering and nod as we walk out of the parking lot. walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing, his voice fading behind the glass of the closing door.
Look on your trip.
Thank you, good sir. That's why people are weird.
Maybe it's further up the road?
I can't believe it. It's gone.
What?
We could have just passed it.
It don't wait that long. How can it be gone?
Did her car just get snatched? How does someone move a car that has no gas? What? I'm so confused. Did like some scavengers like straight up just like disembowel or like take apart the entire thing and just like move it? Shit. Wait a second. I didn't read that last one. We stare at the empty space that once housed a certain ugly green car. I look in every conceivable direction, but there's nothing. Nothing but an ocean of sand and never-ending stretch of road. Was it towed? No, not out here. Not this quick.
Where the hell did it go?
I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it?
You don't seem concerned at all. You just seem confused. Marina's hand rests against her cheek as she looks on with only mild confusion, like she's trying to solve a small mystery. She fucking would. Ugh.
Your car is missing!
That's more than a little weird.
Well, it's actually my big brother's car. He just lent it to me when he left for college.
And you're not worried that your brother's car is gone? He's gonna want that. He's gonna be pissed.
Oh, well that makes everything better then.
Really?
And she also doesn't understand sarcasm. I let out a heavy sigh and pressed my fingers to my temple, attempting to massage away the stress and the irritation.
It was probably stolen. We'll need to call the police. You have a phone, right?
I do, but
Her voice trails off a cliff. What she said earlier echoes in my head.
That's right. You said it was dead. And I'm guessing you left it in your car.
yeah.
Well, that's just great.
Don't you have one?
And her money was in her car. She can't pay you back for the gas because she has no money now. How convenient. For her. Not for you.
Nope. Never needed one.
Afraid no one would call you?
No.
Not quite.
I shield my eyes and look up at the dry sky. Its color is shifted to a glowing orange as sunset begins to settle over the distant valley peaks. It's going to get dark pretty soon. I don't know
worry,
why.
Amber. I would call you.
Thanks, Marina. Makes me feel so much better. I read that sentence very strange. You can't just leave her. Even if she did have her phone, it would take forever before anyone could get out here. She'd go from burning up in the heat to freezing out the cold within a few hours. Plus, if there are people around, who would steal cars, then there's no telling who else is out here. I can already see how all this would go down. She would be huddled on the side of the road trying to keep warm. A pack of coyotes would be howling all around her, closing in. Then from down the road, a starved creep would pull up a trashy old pickup truck, open its door for her, and... oh god.
Hey, where are you
So, I don't know if this town actually exists, but it's kind of a hilarious name. Carlsbad. Or Carlsbad. There? Is it Carl, like from The Walking Dead? Sorry. She pauses for a moment.
Or at least kinda close to it. It's a little out of the way.
Carlsbad? From California?
No, silly. Carlsbad, New Mexico.
There's two. I'm gonna look that up. Does that actually exist? It actually exists. And there's like multiple other places. God, that's crazy. It's a crazy name. Sorry, everyone that lives there. I just found the name amusing.
Right.
Had me go in there for a second.
How far is that?
Maybe 2 hours from here?
Wow. You didn't get very far at all, did you?
Marina lowers her head in shame.
I never really seem to.
Oh. Marina, I'm so sorry. You sound so pained. I feel really bad. Making fun of you and all, and now you're all like, ugh, I never make it far. I'm sorry. Though, not really one to talk. I've been on the road less than a day. Would have gotten farther if traffic on the 140, or I-40, 140? Yeah, wasn't such a pain in the butt. Or if I didn't pick up Marina.
Hey, listen. You don't live too far away. If you want, I can probably give you a lift back home.
Prep myself for an explosion of thankful energy and excitement. But there isn't one. Instead, she continues to stare at the ground, her hands now balled up in a fist as she fidgets ever so slightly.
Something wrong?
She shifts her gaze from the ground and looks me straight in the eyes, drawing a deep, long breath.
Remember the treasure we were talking about at the store?
See?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to ask, but you've already helped me out so much already.
Marina, what are you doing? She doesn't care about the treasure.
But do you think you could take me to the first place the treasure is?
Huh?
She wants to keep going, even after this entire disaster.
The treasure! Could you take me to the first?
I heard you the first time. It's just...
I love her.
You don't even know if this thing is real, but you've dropped everything to go look for it. And now you're asking me, someone you've just met out in the middle of the desert, to take you to it. Even though you don't know if it's real and you've just had your car stolen. Did I catch all that?
Uh-huh.
Shameless. I'm at a loss for words. How do I even respond to that? I try to I'm trying to recollect my thoughts, but only one word comes to mind.
Why?
Marina shrugs. Nothing more than that. She just shrugs. He took a look at her. A good look. Wavy hair has been dried out by the hot desert air. Her face is red and drenched in sweat, probably close to melting off her makeup. Why are you wearing makeup? You're going treasure hunting. Even her nice clothes are a little ruffled. Why are you wearing nice clothes to go look for treasure? Girl. But despite all that, this cute, peppy girl wants to keep pressing on. Even when most people would have just called it quits after the car broke down. Even out here, all by herself. For all I know, she was some weirdo out to mug me, and this is all just some elaborate scheme. But she wants my help. My help. It's been a while since anyone has needed that. It's like an honor. Do I deserve that? Probably not. But she's still asking. Why should I say no? I don't have to be in California for another few weeks. And isn't that why I'm making this trip? To see the sights for him? She's a little excitable and even more naive, but maybe I need to be a bit of that. It's a lot better than just being out here all by myself with nothing but the ghosts of my memories to keep me company, even if it's just for a little while.
Why the hell not? Hop in.
Hop on in, hot lady. Let's go on an adventure for some treasure.
For real?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for real.
'Cause you cute.
But only until the first location. After that...
The breath is forced out of me by a sharp impact of Marina tackling my stomach. A warm but damp sensation wraps itself tightly around me as deadweight snuggles up to my chest.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you!
What are you doing?
I'm hugging you, silly.
My cheeks grow warmer with each pressing second. I try to wiggle my way out, but she stays latched on, her grip getting tighter and tighter.
Marina, please. You're all sweaty.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Sorry. I'm just super happy.
She unlatches herself, letting me clear my throat and recollect myself.
Anyway, let's get inside. I'm burning up out here.
That RV looks kind of dope, honestly. Like, those are nice cabinets. Thing does not seem that old. We clamber back inside the motorhome, leaving the dry hellishness behind. I turn the ignition and let the AC blast away the RV's stiffness. Letting out her breath of sweet relief, Marina and I collapse back into our seats.
Alright, so where's the first piece of the treasure?
Well...
You have no idea, do you?
That's not true! The news said a part of it was somewhere here in New Mexico.
Probably. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised at all. Should have seen this coming.
You have the journal?
Yeah?
She hands the cheap paperback book to me. The cover feels like it could fall apart at the turn of the page. The whole thing is fitting of its rustic design. I slide my thumb across the edges and then flip through the pages. The pages! I flip through the pages. Thick forewords and passages commenting on the journal's historical significance skip past my eyes, most long enough to be their own book. It was a weird paragraph to read. Finally, a photocopied picture of one of the original entries appears, preserving the faded cursive lettering, the entire thing printed on the next page cover. Crusting brown stains and wrinkles engrave the photo. Some of the writing has been scratched onto, like someone made mistakes and couldn't erase them. I hate to admit it, but for something that's probably a sham, the thing looks pretty authentic. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's like a whole, oh my god. There's gonna be a whole paragraph here. Goddamn. Alright, with bounty and satisfaction in hand, I am now homeward bound. The perilous journey forthcoming. Through my unraveled intellect and unmatched ambition, I have succeeded in accomplishing what many believed would no longer prove profitable. Of course, this only comes as a surprise to those around me, not myself. You are just very, I don't know, seem like complimenting yourself a lot. I had traveled this way on the trail with many others from the Missouri Territory, but as my typical characteristic success grew, I could sense the envious stares among my so-called peers. Wow. The danger eventually became so great that I wished to flee, but my companions left before I woke. For what reason, you may ask? I do not know. Oof. Wow. This writing. It is with this in mind that I have taken it upon myself to leave a note for one of my fellow prospectors, and to borrow his steed, so that I may one day return to settle with my family. But if this journey has taught me anything thus far, it is that jealous, conniving eyes are abundant, but I am no fool. With my unrivaled wit, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not reading all this crap. Thank you for cutting that out for me, because I was just, whew, that writing. Where should I actually start? Let's see. If he left California, lived in Missouri, and supposedly hid something in New Mexico, like Marina said, then what we're looking for is likely a later entry.
Ah, here we are.
Ugh. I have to read more of this man's weird writing. I have reached the final point of division in my travels during my stay along the ruin sanctuary. The rogue native Lemsai had informed me of a landmark that was rich in the mythos of his people. Considered sacred, he said that the chance of the gold being discovered would be very slim. He referred to it as the Ringed Rock, a monument erected towards the sky. I'm such a 12-year-old boy. That word just like had me pause for a second. After my previous detour, I finally arrived. It's with much disbelief, I must say. My friend Messiah was right. It's not just a monument erected towards the sky, it is a mountain. Almost as if the Lord himself has struck up the earth among the sand. It is guarded by the trails of rocks around it, all branching from the mother rock. On this journey, I have encountered many different sights, dangers, and yes, even an occasional friend. As I look upon the mountain before me, I am reminded once more that there are things bigger and greater than I, although I'm not yet rid of this cough. My soul has been humbled and removed of fatigue. I can think of no better place to store the last of my gold and anxiously await the day I return.
What does it say?
Cool. Weird sentences. And very high praises of the person writing those sentences.
The gist of it is that it's near a big rock and a bunch of little rocks.
That should narrow it down, right?
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You fool.
To the entire state of New Mexico.
Marina gasps and lunges toward the journal, the monster slippered neck tensed and eyes wide with panic.
That can't be the only thing he mentions. There has to be more.
You even sound like a 12-year-old. You're like... It's so weird. You're an adult child. Because the journal high above me, so she can't reach it. Using my hand as a blockade against her head, and she desperately tries to grasp for it.
Sheesh, relax for a second. I actually have a pretty good idea of where it might be.
She settles down, still stiff with anxiety, nibbling on the tip of her thumb. I lower the book back down and read over the entry one more time, just to make sure.
There's a part where he calls it a winged rock. Assuming my years of reading travel guides and brochures weren't totally useless, then I'm pretty sure that's a loose translation of what the Navajo used to call shiprock.
You're acting like you have spent years of like reading travel guides and brochures for some reason. Girl.
There's a ship out in the desert? Whoa.
Wow. I peer over the journal. Marina's imagination is going bonkers. Her eyes alight as she tries to wrap her head around such a novelty even existing.
How long have you lived in New Mexico?
Marina swells up with pride only to deflate like a balloon before speaking, instead choosing to blow a misplaced strand of hair out of the way.
All my life.
Good job. I sigh and slam the journal shut.
It's a small mountain near the border border of New Mexico and Utah that's vaguely shaped like a ship.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
Did you go to school, Marina?
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Thing's a landmark.
Yeah. But hey, at least I know now.
Alright. I'm gonna save this. Because I gotta go. I need to, you know, do some grocery shopping, make some food, all that fun stuff. So I will continue playing Highway Blossoms. It seems fun. I don't know. We'll see when the relationship develops. I'm looking forward to it. So until next time.